It's a lie. Browsers don't even load up. I can't even use internet on my goddamn phone. Why not? Smartphones and internet been out for what, 15 years, 20. It's never gonna get better until there's something. So you want the really good one? Well, here's where you sign up. You gotta, give them something or whatever. I don't know. Who cares? I'm just disappointed in all the technology. I can't. And even graphics cards, everything. 20 years later, it's the same old stupid shit. Well, the pixel fill rate, the memory bus, well, you see, you can do 60. It still can't do a solid 60 frames of 4K. It's 20 years later. What? It's never going to get better until there's the gate. It's gate kept. Quality of life is gate kept until there's a sort of a system in place. I'll just leave it at that.
What is those graphics renders that you see? Sometimes you show like, I'm stupid. Graphics card renders when you see like a version of like Vice City that looks damn close to movie quality.
That's people putting modifying the game with like extra textures and stuff.
Oh
yeah, that's like regular people making that. So they take the game from Rockstar and they create their own like texture pack and add stuff on top of it
to make it look like grainy,
to make it look photorealistic.
We are enhanced shaders and textures and who knows what else. Ray tracing is not even a big improvement. Do you find it good for games?
I don't really care one way or the other.
That's smart.
I don't. It doesn't. It's something I don't look for or care about.
It goes with having an open world versus a detailed design by professionals. Light maps and baked-in lighting is superior to ray tracing and all that. Like if it's designed properly, it looks better than you shoot a rocket out and you can see lights down a hallway. Ooh, it's unbelievable. Yeah, light maps are superior.
Yeah, I think also the uncanny valley thing, like a game trying to be just like the Diablo cutscenes we were watching, even though they weren't the in-game renders.
They were still Diablo.
It's just like looking at like a 3D movie. It's not. I don't know.
Take me back to Money for Nothing.
I think a lot of it's can you type in McNamara fallacy in a new tab? It's Google tab. Google tab. It's the idea that McNamara fallacy. The idea that which is quantifiable is what is most important. Which is during the Vietnam War, Vietnam is thousands and thousands of miles away from the United States, and the way that the DC and the people in charge of the Vietnam War knew what was going on was via data. And so they would sort of obsess over this data that was like insurgents destroyed, et cetera, and what they wouldn't think is that the data points, like an insurgent destroyed, for every insurgent you kill, that's like someone's brother or father or whatever, and you're creating like 5 new insurgents for each person that you blow up. So if you look up McNamara fallacy,
can you tell me what the spelling on that?
McNamara, right there.
Right there. Oh, this.
And then the word fallacy. Yeah.
You got to watch Apocalypse Now again if you haven't seen it in a while. Oh my God.
It'd be like living in one socket in 1986.
I just saw a newspaper for the homeless.
The tendency to focus on numbers, metrics, and quantifiable data while disregarding the meaningful qualitative aspects. So it's the same. I mean, it's like video games are especially suffer from this. Like the idea of 4K video. You imagine something with the beautiful baked-in lighting maps and something that was designed by someone with like an artistic vision, some Doom 2 type thing, but it's 640 by 480 versus some something an Indian guy made that's full 4K or whatever, and you advertise it as this game's in 4K. That's across the board. That's like everywhere. And I think like a lot of the projects, like even that the Line City thing makes me think of that, because there's at the high level with rich people, it's like, I'll build the longest, I build the best. We do, but it doesn't. If it's shaped like a rectangle and it looks like it was made with stuff from like a hotel, like hotel contractor materials. It's those little things that go into building a house that you can't describe. Like you can't put a value on assign a number or a data point to when the materials used are the same used in the construction of like what's that hotel in Warwick?
Not Nilo.
Nilo or whatever, trendy hotel. Trendy hotel materials. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how would you even say, like, if you had to say it in a number, how would you say that to somebody? You can't.
You would say It's like the other hotel where I got it from.
Yeah.
You know, this point, the Standard Hotel in Los Angeles, it has it like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
And
I
it's-
know Standard. It's not a number point. It's just so it's bad analytics, bad data.
It's just but it's a guarantee though that city, the Line project, it's a guarantee that the materials they use are going to be that type of material, like just junky, like vinyl, like it's you can tell, like even though it's nice vinyl or it's like a whatever, like these are upscale materials, but it still has that like you could imagine it being used in a high end like McDonald's or something. Like this looks like just like the Beijing McDonald's.
Wow, this
the
is
flagship.
Like
Burger King Raw Bar.
yeah.
5 half dozen oysters, please, with mignonette.
I think it's
With onion rings.
It's hard to. It's really hard to describe and sell quality.
Yeah.
And if you're pitching something to someone, like if you're pitching a project to somebody, or you're trying to get approval for a building project, or you're trying to get like a, whatever, it's like even when we were initially talking to the executive producer about World Peace 2, and like trying to figure like it's what would we tell him that the quality's gonna blow your mind.
Yeah.
Like how do we even describe that? I think in the pitch we were like, well, we're gonna use this type of camera. It doesn't mean anything.
It's like saying like I have horsepowers.
Yeah.
And you're like you're going to a racing team and you're like, I have horsepowers.
I have
like,
11 horsepower.
And they're like, yes, well, I have thousands of horsepowers. And they're like, all right, you got tires, you got a driver, you got a wheel, you got a crew, you got an idea, you got a strategy, you got a racing. No, horsepowers.
Thank you. The articulation of that sort of value and that sort of quality is like a psychic exchange.
Yeah.
It has to be beyond a normal description.
I think that's a big reason. Like one of the things that I'm always acutely aware of is that the best things are designed by either a very small team or like one person. Like Doom 2, very small team, like less than 5. You can't have more than 5 people doing something like this. Or like LA Noire, like how the guy that made LA Noire afterwards, everybody's trying to cancel him for he's working him too hard, so they're trying to cancel him. Like he's in the little fucking silly Billy artists that worked on LA Noire. That's the only thing of significance they'll ever work on in their careers. Like, what's the next game they're going to work on? The My Little Pony dating simulator? It's not their career.
Fucking Dad simulator.
If somebody gives you, even if they're like abusing you and torturing you and making you work 14 hours a day, if that's what you have to do to be part of like a legendary project that's going to last forever, just suck it up.
I understand.
That's what Lizzo's dancers should have did.
Yeah,
Like you're working with Lizzo now.
you're working with Lizzo.
She's like,
The one.
stick a hot dog in your pussy and fucking tell everybody how gay you are, straight woman.
Yeah, hop to it.
And
Wouldn't
now
you wanna
love
work
Jesus.
Work with Ratso Rizzo instead. You had your chance, asshole. Now you're fucked.
But
Bring your fucking tools elsewhere.
Or like car design is always like one, it's always the brainchild of 1 or 2 people too. The same thing.
yeah.
Filmmaking, you can't, if you make film by committee, you end up with Marvel.